chief judge of the state from receiving any impeachment process. Remember, it starts with a notice of impeachment to the governor, and after that, they call for another plenary, another sitting, and they send whatever they have found. It has to be something related to gross misconduct, and they find whatever they have found, or they take whatever they have found to the chief judge, who then looks at it, sets up a, I think, 7-man committee, if I remember correctly. The 7-man committee would then, do investigations into the findings of the House, and after that, return the report to the CJ, as the chief judge, who will then send it to the House, and then the House will now, yet again sit in it and then declare either an impeachment or, a reversal of whatever they tried to do. However, they're saying the CJ cannot collect any impeachment document of whatever type from the Martin Amaewhule led assembly. So that's where we are. And I'm wondering, something in my mind is saying, if Martin Amaewhule is not the right speaker and the people behind him are not the right assembly, should we be worried about whether there's certain impeachment process or not? But then again, I'm also thinking to myself, this is Nigeria. Things can be really funny. You never can tell how the pendulum will swing, especially when it comes to judicial matters. So this is where we are in the latest episode of the political drama happening here in Rivers State. I'd like to get your thoughts on that one, but let it not be that I manufactured the story. So I'm going to read an article from one of the newspapers, so you can get an idea as to where the conversation emanated from, or so that, okay, it is something that almost everybody is talking about, and I did not manufacture or make up the story. So according to the Punch, Fubara court bars Rivers CJ from accepting impeachment notice. Now, the article reads, a Rivers State High Court in Port Harcourt on Monday issued an ex parte order barring the Chief Judge of the State and the Clerk of the State House of Assembly from dealing with Martin Amaewhule and 26 other lawmakers loyal to ex-Governor Nyesom Wike. Justice Jumbo Stephen ordered that this CJ, that's the Chief Judge, the Clerk, and other defendants in the suit should not act on any resolutions, articles of impeachment, or orders from Amaewhule and 26 other pro-Wike lawmakers. The judge granted the order in a suit marked, number is there, you can go check it out, filed by the Rivers State Attorney General and Governor Siminalayi Fubara. The suit and the court orders came as the pro-Fubara lawmakers resumed sitting on Monday following last week's verdict of the Court of Appeal reinstating them as lawmakers. At the sitting on Monday, the pro-Wike lawmakers gave Fubara a 7-day ultimatum to present afresh the 2024 budget, which months ago was passed by the factional assembly loyal to Fubara. All right, so that's that. I think where I should stop as it relates to that very conversation. However, my next big story, I think I didn't get it right on social media, but my next big story still has to do with this. Governor Fubara insisting that Victor Oko-Jumbo led assembly is legitimate. Yes, you heard me right. I think it was yesterday when he entertained the people from Ogbako Ikwere organization. I think it's a group, right? And they paid the governor a courtesy visit, and while he was talking, he made mention of the fact that the Victor Oko-Jumbo led assembly is indeed the legitimate one, and he defended the reason why he is supporting the Victor Oko-Jumbo led Rivers State House of Assembly. Now, according to our in-house bulletin, it says the Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara defended his recognition of the Victor Oko-Jumbo led assembly, insisting that it is the lawfully recognized legislative arm. Governor Fubara said this on Monday while swearing in Emmanuel Frank Fubara as Commissioner for Finance. All right, so there you have it. The argument rages on, like I've said. I wonder what your thoughts are as it relates to that. But then moving on now to my final big story. Still has to do with political matters in Rivers State, but this time we will be going to the local government level. Remember, our final conversation yesterday had to do with the local government, and we were trying to establish a conversation, a discourse, to somehow touch the hearts of the political actors, the gladiators who are trying to tear each other's jugular, to understand that the people are the ones suffering, bearing the brunt, because some of them can access certain services, essential services, as a result of the closure of the local government secretariats. But just while we were having that conversation, the news did break at the time that the Court of Appeal has struck out the case as it relates to the extension of the tenure of the ex-local government chairman. It upheld the High Court's ruling, saying it is null and void or non-constitutional for you to extend their time in office. So I'm wondering if this will now bring some kind of solace, some kind of peace, because now, of course, maybe the aggrieved party will want to go to the Supreme Court. However, now that we have, not just a High Court ruling, but we've got an appeal court ruling as well, I do think that it behoves on the police, to recognize.
Stay with us. Nigeria Info will be
abrupt nature in which the commercial came your way. But yeah, we're back. 26 minutes can pass 3 p.m. I'm Kala Dakurubata, but good afternoon to you. I hope you're having a swell day. Remember, I always love it when you are listening on the other end, and I love it because there is no conversation without you. All right, so thank you once again, and let's continue. I was just telling you about the third big story before the commercial cut us off. And, I was saying that now that we do have this Court of Appeal judgment, one would think that maybe there will be some level of peace as it relates to governance at the local level, at the third tier of government. One would think that, I don't know. But let's see what the police will do as of now. Let's also see what the former local government chairman will do as it relates to this as well. So yeah, that's where we are, and I want to get your thoughts on it. I really would love to get your thoughts, but just for once again, because I love to do this, for clarity purposes, so we don't just run with the headline. Let's read one of the articles that carried the report. Was it yesterday? Okay. While I'm looking for where I stored that report, I'd like to remind you that yesterday we did have Choma Choko on the show, and he said, "See, it is not constitutional per se, but then the Constitution still allows for the window where the governor, can appoint an emergency government for the local government." That's what he called it, emergency government. So I do think it's time that we see how things play out, but I do hope that now we can have relative peace in River State, and governance can be seen to flow smoothly in River State, especially at the local government level. So let's read from the Punch newspaper once again. The Court of Appeal sitting in Port Harcourt on Monday dismissed 2 appeals instituted by the sacked local government chairman loyal to the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike. Now the appeals marked, there's the file number there, were filed by the former chairman of Opobo Nkoro LGA, Eniyada Kukigam, and 6 others, challenging the decisions of the High Court regarding the elongation of their tenure. While delivering his ruling, the court ruled that the appeals lacked merit and consequently struck them out. The judgment comes weeks after Governor Siminalayi Fubara swore in the caretaker committee chairman for the 23 LGA. Now, the governor on June 19 inaugurated the new caretaker chairman hours after the House of Assembly, led by factional speaker Victor Oko-Jumbo, screened and confirmed the nominees. Now, Governor Fubara had forwarded the list to the State House of Assembly on Tuesday, and the nominees were invited for screening as early as 8 a.m. on Wednesday, according to the statement issued by the clerk of the House, GM Gillis West. All right, so you've heard that. Maybe I should read from another. This time leadership. Let's read from the leadership newspaper. The Port Harcourt division of the Court of Appeal on Monday dismissed 2 appeals filed by former elected local government chairman in Rivers State, loyal to the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, seeking the elongation of their tenure in office. This is as 2 factions of the Rivers State House of Assembly, loyal to Governor Siminalayi Fubara and the FCD Minister Chief Nyesom Wike, held separate sittings at different locations in Port Harcourt. All right. The appeals were, filed by. Okay, all right. I think that's that. But let's get your thoughts. Basically, time is fast spent. We've got 29 more minutes to take contributions from you listening right now. 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0003, and 0817 923 0007. Let's get your thoughts as we talk for development. WhatsApp number 0809-0306-416. I'll take it again, 0809-0306-416. That's the WhatsApp number. But for calls, just so I repeat myself, 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0003, and 0817 923 0007. All right, that's that. Let's get your thoughts. Remember, we're live in Facebook, Nigeria Info PH, live in YouTube, Nigeria Info PH, active on X, Nigeria Info PH. I'm going to try my best to get as much of your contributions read on air. On Facebook, Amechi Ezekiel says, at the end of it all, Fubara will be the winner. Okay, he's optimistic on behalf of the governor. Sam E. Ekere says, any house built on wrong foundation will surely collapse. The so-called recognized members of assembly will collapse because of judgment will not always come from the River State government courts. This one is Ogochukwu Onyebueke says, now that the appeal court has retired those former chairmen, they should do unrest. Joseph Oka says, the same shenanigans going on during the appeals when Amaewhule won. Okay, I can find you all of a sudden, so I'm going to move now to Newton. I think it's Newton Ikiri. I'm going to read your message. Rivers State High Court bars Rivers Chief Judge from accepting impeachment notice from Martin Amaewhule Assembly. I think you listed all of them. He said, And the beat goes on is a song by the Whispers in 1970. That's how much I can read for now, looking at the Facebook page. But let's take a listen to Robin, who's calling from HA. Robin, welcome. What is on your mind? I would love to hear from you.
Yes. Canada.
Yeah, welcome, Robin.
Good afternoon. Very interesting. You used to call it drama.
That's what it is. Yeah, it's a drama. It's a drama. All right, welcome.
Very funny situation. However, it's interesting that the court has barred the chief judge of Rivers State not to entertain any documentation emanating from Martin Amaewhule.
Okay.
Group. As I said, so very interesting. But the most important to me, the appeal court yesterday saying and confirming that the local government council tenure cannot be extended. And that brings us to get to worry. How do I mean? Recall that when this council chairman insisted the term has not ended based on the law made by Martin Amaewhule-led assembly, the police took over the local government councils in Rivers State. Inspector General of Police made statements that they are waiting for appeal court judgment.
All right.
I don't know the appeal court judgment he was waiting for. Is that the one of July or the one of yesterday?
The one of yesterday. I've said it. I've said it 1,000 times. And anyways, thank you, Robin. I've got to go. I've said it like 1,000 times. I do think the appeal they were waiting for was the one of yesterday. So let's see what the police will do now. But however, I should also tell you that the court barring the chief judge is an interim order pending the determination of the suits, right? So it's not yet victory, so to say. If the court decides to swing the justice pendulum in favor of Martin and Co., then that means that they would be able to complete the impeachment process if that is what is on their mind. Let's listen to Thank God from Onelga. I missed that one. But I've got Gift, and Gift is calling in from Yenegua, I do believe. But before I take this call, I'm going to read one message, and that's from Ernest. And Ernest is texting from Moji. I don't think this is for me, right, Ernest? I think you sent it to the wrong number. All right, so I'll just go back to Gift, who is calling from Yenegua. Gift, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear from you.
Thank you, man of the people. Good afternoon, my brother.
All right, then.
Now, I want to ask this simple and critical question. A man that is not a speaker, a house that you don't recognize, a governor and attorney general that, as far as I am concerned, based on the Nigerian Constitution and what appeal court did, is never, today as it stands, is not the attorney general of Rivers State. Because we all are now quoting the law. And now you run
but you're not the court. Gift. You're not. I've always said this. You're not the court. So you would not be able to say who is or who isn't attorney general or commissioner or governor or speaker. I mean, we already established that rule on the show. So let's stay with that, please.
Please, can you help us to read that very court judgment?
Okay.
Of appeal, that appeal court judgment, please, so that for once. All these deceit, deceiving ourselves.
What appeal court judgment are you?
That is now causing confusion.
Gift. What appeal court judgment are you? What appeal court judgment are you referring to, Gift?
I said the appeal court judgment that said that very court that barred these guys not to parade themselves according to them when they went to court. The appeal court that discharged and dismissed that very case. And you read that very simply.
Yet again, gifts. I've explained this 1,000 times, and I'll try again to do it. Now, yes, it reversed what the State High Court did and said The State High Court made the order they should stop parading themselves. However, it did, and I'm going to say it again, the State High Court did not touch on the matter that has brought about whether they are legitimate assembly members or not. The High Court did not, so there is no way the Court of Appeal would have also touched on that matter as well. So I want us to get it. Let's wait for the court's judgment that will come up on the 17th, on the 20th as well, and let's see how things play out. Let's all just calm down.
The 17th you are talking about, I know that 17th matter. Do you know that the people that went to that court, they don't even have the locals? I don't want to go into the truth of the matter, so that you don't look as if we are going back and forth. My point here is this. The two persons who went to court, the governor and the attorney general, what are you going to court to do? To bar Martin Amaewhule not to send impeachment notice. Look at the dates, what they did. 5th, on the 4th was that very appeal court judgment. And it was yesterday that they sat. Just put 1 plus 1, you will understand what is going on. It is shameful.
All right, thank you, Gibbs.
Something that is happening in this society. But I assure you, nobody will pay that very much.
All right, Gibbs, I've got to go.
It is only Federal High Court that has power to talk about when the state government and House of Assembly is having issues.
All right. Thank you very much, Gibbs. I've got to go. We're getting it wrong. No problem. JJ from Port Harcourt Township, welcome. Quickly, what is on your mind?
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
Canada, we listened to the IG when he talked about a case in court. Canada, I can remember asking you if the IG filed any case in the court. And
I remember telling.
There was no answer.
And I remember telling you that there is a appeal. There was an appeal, I beg your pardon, in court by the local government chairman.
Will be delivered?
Yeah, of course, yes, it was.
And at the end of the day, the IG has not had. The IG didn't hear that there was attempted bomb blast at Presidential Hotel. That even the victim is arrested and is now in hospital. The IG has not said anything. The Commissioner of Police has not said anything. This was the same IG that sent his men to Port Harcourt here and were picking innocent people. Because I've discharged and acquitted them now. So as far as I'm concerned, the IG have acted like an interested party in this matter. I expected somebody of that caliber to remain neutral. But what do I know at the end of the day? Then on the court order, that is in order. Now, Canada, the appeal says that the 27 or 25 lawmakers that they didn't defect, and what is, according to Fubara, what is section 109 subsection 2? What did it say? That is automatic.
No, that's not what subsection 2 said, and that's not what Falana said. Falana just
you shall.
Yes, you shall.
You shall.
But
so
that,
as far as I'm concerned, well, people who are experts in the field have said their own, and I think they are right.
Okay.
So let us leave this our. I don't know how to call it.
Let's wait for the court.
Exactly. Which other court are we waiting for? For the police to vacate?
Of course. I mean, I'm not talking about that one. You're talking about defection, and I said let's all wait for the court. Matters arising.
I'm talking about defection.
All right.
Nobody has proven that they didn't defect.
And nobody has. Nobody has proved. Yeah.
To return the hand of time.
Exactly.
But that cannot happen.
All right, JJ. You understand the gist.
There's nothing you can do about it.
All right. Thank you, JJ.
Thank you.
JJ understands the gist. Nobody has said they did not defect, and nobody has been able to prove as well that they have defected. So that's where we are. So let's give this a chance, right? Muriel is calling from Okrika. Muriel, what are your thoughts? I like here for me.
Hi, KDB. Good afternoon.
Yeah. Good afternoon.
This is your Okrika job woman, KDB.
Welcome.
KDB. I say a big kudos to the State High Court, for banning the Attorney General.
It's an interim. It's interim. It's not permanent. It's interim. So I don't know if.
It's fine.
Okay.
It's okay, KDB.
Okay.
As long as it takes, as short as it is, the notice, no matter what. For me, I don't even think anybody needs to ban anybody. These people are illegitimate.
But Mira, if they are illegitimate, then why is the executive government going to court to bar them from? And by the way, it's just for 1 week because the court will sit, I think, sometime next week, if my memory serves me right.
If they don't do that, the laws and the judges, nobody knows. Constitution does not hold water. Nothing. Nobody respects anything. Otherwise, these people are not even supposed to be even functional. They're not supposed to be doing anything. What they are doing for me is a crime.
Okay.
What they're doing is impersonation.
Okay.
So nobody even needs to bar them. They need to know that they are not supposed to speak, not talk much of even trying, even dreaming of impeaching the governor. Imagine KDB. Look, KDB, if democracy fails, I'm saying it is the court. Look at how long it's taking the court to judge, to preside, and you have judgment over this.
But Miro, you and I have had this conversation before. You can't blame the court because you have to look at what the political actors are doing on both sides. For instance, the matter could have been heard.
It is the court that will
sanitize how? Okay, so what is the court supposed to do when two lawyers are? Wait now, what is the court supposed to do when two lawyers are arguing about representing the same client? Is it the court that will now say this is your client? I mean, think about it. The court can do anything about that. I mean, look at it.
The court is not a person. It is not the judges that makes up the court. So if I'm calling the court, I'm actually calling out the judges.
But I've just asked you, what can the judge? But what can the judge do? Muriel, calm down. You've not answered my question. Even if you say the persons, what can the judge do in a situation when two lawyers are arguing about representing the same client? What can the judge do? That's not what the judge was made judge for, to determine who is whose client. You come to court with your own client.
You're telling me that the court does not know whose client is whose.
So that's what I'm saying to you. So if you have a case, you go to court with your client. The court does not bring you go to court with your lawyer. The court does not bring a lawyer for you. That's how it's done. What the court is there for is to listen to your prayers. What are you petitioning the court, or what are you defending against? That's what the court does. Just listen to you.
These two parties, they've approached the court with their different lawyers, and they've stated all their complaints. The court should go ahead and rule out what is in the constitution.
I mean, I think you need to follow Muriel. I'm just going to tell you this. I think you need to follow the cases, because if you follow, then I don't really think you blame the courts for what is happening. I mean, for instance, we've had some rulings. We've had the one from the Federal High Court. We've had the one from Justice Kiel. Those ones were smooth because the politicians did not do what they usually would do: delay tactics.
The court process, they follow precedents. These are matters that have happened before.
It doesn't matter. They still have to listen.
To set a new precedent. I don't understand what is happening. This is actually the Constitution.
Innocent until proven guilty. Innocent until proven guilty. So you have to prove it. But it doesn't mean, Muriel, not emotions. All right, I've got to move on now, Muriel. I've got to move on. I'm really sorry. I've got God's Power from HA. God's Power, welcome.
Yeah, I'm from Canada. Welcome.
Yeah, I'm the one who's supposed to say welcome, but welcome. Let's hear you.
Yes, okay. Welcome in the US side.
All right, let's get your thoughts then.
Yeah. I want to know, for clarification, whether the state appeal court, whether it was an order or it was a ruling.
I think it was an order. It was an order.
It was an order. Okay, the order stands until the ruling, or the ruling will come up.
Yes, I think they said that's a hearing. That's not the ruling. The hearing will come up next week.
Okay,
so they will hear both sides.
Now that they've given order, do you mean that the order will not affect the closure or blockage of the local government?
Now I'm confused. Now I'm confused. If you say the state high court, are you referring to the one that is barring the CG?
No. I mean the state appeal court that gave ruling yesterday.
The Court of Appeal. That was not an order. That was a judgment, actually.
The staying of those police people at the local government headquarters. I think the others they should vacate. Then when that one come, if there's another one, they can come back.
God's power.
Yes.
So if the Court of Appeal judgment is what you're referring to, yes, we're waiting to see what the police would do after the court did give its judgment yesterday. So yeah, because they struck out the matter, so that was a judgment.
That's what I'm saying. Now that the matter has been struck out and the order has been given that they should not parade, they should not give anything, including going to court further until the 17th when we are hearing.
No, I think God's power. You are.
To the people.
I am not.
To the Inspector General of Police to order them to vacate now.
All right then.
Pending the other one, when the pendulum, whether it will go out, let the pendulum stay one side.
God's power. You're not. I need to correct something. It was a judgment, not an order. If the Court of Appeal concerning local government is what you're referring to, it was a judgment.
Yes.
The matter was struck out. So whoever is aggrieved now, the option is for him or her to go to the Supreme Court. Well, let it be. So that's what it is. So we're waiting to see what the police would do. That's what I'm saying.
And what I'm saying, that of yesterday order, are they going to appeal for that one? Or
they can appeal. It's not an order, it's a judgment. And yes, they can appeal, God's power.
Okay, thank you.
All right, and thank you very much as well. Let's look at some messages now, please. This one says, Rivers High Court barred Rivers CJ from dealing with Amaewhule is to show you how fast the governor and his team think. Moreover, there are going to be more litigations in the coming days till the tenure ends. Those who defected should go home and stop distracting us. Nicholas Erasmus, okay? This one says, LOKDB, the CJ cannot collect any letter from the Martin Amaewhule's illegal faction because they are imposters and are bent on causing confusion in the peaceful atmosphere of Rivers State. All right, let's look at this one. This one says, the same Martin Amaewhule-led assembly has been collecting their salaries and entitlements from the same budget. Secondly, can High Court judgment annul another High Court order like... yesterday, the man in your studio argued that Justice Omotosho judgment has annulled that of Justice Danagogo. Is it how it is done? I thought it will take a superior court like the appeal court to annul that of Justice Danagogo. The appeal court pronounced Martin the speaker on the local government tenure elongation. Now that the appeal court has trashed the case, I think the police can now vacate the barricade. From Hector. Justice Motojo did not annul Danagogo. Danagogo's court case was withdrawn. I keep telling people that. Secondly, I think the first matter that was instituted in his court, the Federal High Court, and therein he asked everybody to maintain status quo. That was the first time we started arguing what the meaning of status quo was or is, right? But this one says, good afternoon, Colin. I'm curious as to why these learned legal commentators in Rivers State particularly, I'm leaving that, I'm skipping that part, that you had high regard for until recently have been selective about events that they make comment on. For example, why didn't they ask the governor long before the term of the local government chairman expired to empower ESEG via any of the state assembly factions he favors to conduct local government elections in time? Also, why are they silent on the formation of CTCs for the LGAs by the governor that is not constitutional? The truth is, they're being tactfully selective about the recent developments they comment on, and in my opinion, it shows they have taken sides, and their opinions should be taken with a pinch of salt as biased in a certain direction. My name is Minor, texting from Romola. Minor, thank you. Let's see this one. This one says, good day, Canada. I thought Right Honorable Martins and Co. are a committee of friends and they have lost their seat. Why is Fubara going to seek injunction from court? The law will soon speak. On Iyerishi mandate, I shall stand. Okay, interesting. Sylvester Oshimiri from Ubimini. All right, thank you very much. This one says, Martin's group of assembly is not showing majority to themselves. It has become a child's play, but Governor Fubara will be victorious by the end of the day. It will go Sunday. Let's see. This one says, Amaewhule is parading with friends as court pleases, while Right Honorable Oko-Jumbo is sitting with the members. I plead to those funding the embers of disunity in Rivers State to have a rethink. Any action of Amaewhule is just a nullity ab initio. I mean, for honest with that one. All right, thank you very much. And this one says, good day, Mr. K. Batubo. Appeal Court's decision on tenure elongation is a step in the right direction because tenure elongation is unconstitutional and unlawful for anybody to extend the tenure. I don't get that part, but you went ahead to say Honorable Martin and his group giving 7 days to Governor Fubara to represent 2024 budget. That's 6 months grace given by the Constitution of the Republic of Nigeria for governors to operate without a budget as elapsed. I laughed in Calabari language because as far as I, Owanate Clinton West is concerned, Governor Fubara has presented a 2024 appropriation bill to the legitimate House of Assembly members and it has been passed into law. Owanate Clinton West. And this one says the decision of Court of Appeal to away the appeal of the tenure elongation does not legalize the illegal caretaker administrations as appointed by Governor Sim Fubara. Section 7 of the 1999 Constitution as altered recommends. Just a minute there. Let me see if I do have a commercial. No, I don't. It said Section 7 of the 1999 Constitution as altered recommends only democratically elected persons to man the administration of the local government councils in Nigeria. The police might still decide to defend the Constitution of Nigeria. Media inversion proclaiming the support for caretakers in Rivers State cannot override our ground norm. The law is the law. Currently, what stands legal is the decision of the Federal High Court presided by Justice Omotosho. Therefore, every confirmation of commissioners by Honorable Oko-Jumbo are all vanity upon vanity. It is equal to vanity, Emmy Fiaga. But something you should understand, Emmy, is that remember the Justice Omotosho's judgment was, just before. I'm talking about the matter in court at the time was before. The defection, the alleged defection. I'm going to use alleged now because they say it's an allegation, right? The alleged defection. Before that defection, the case was already in court. So when the judgment came, there was already a new matter, and that was the fact that, hey, you have left your party to another. Did you follow the right method? Was there a division in your party? Was there a merger? If not, then you have lost your seat. So that's where it is now, and that's where the argument is at. And that's why I'm saying let's all wait for superior courts to give a judgment so we can know what is happening. But for now, I just want to get what your feelings are like as all of these matters are, lingering on. Let's see. Facebook, what do we have there? A lot of fighting on Facebook. I hope you all can give peace a chance because on Facebook there are a lot of fightings happening there. Remember, Nigerian for PH is the handle where you can watch me live, even though it's almost time for me to say my goodbye. But Daniel Okuku says Amaewhule and others should stop parading themselves as assembly members because a resigned or retired staff cannot be called staff anymore. Interesting. This one says Governor Fubara has described Amaewhule and friends as non-existent, and they remain non-existent. The court allows them to parade, so they should parade. Running from court to court to stop their perceived actions is giving recognition. They are non-existent. Governor Fubara, please ignore. For honest with that one. Let's see. Do I have more messages than I can read? So much fighting. Please give peace a chance. I'm free. Okay. Maybe I just leave Facebook for Facebook fighting and go back to, let's see, do I have messages on X? Let's quickly look at it. All right, so I'll just stick with, while I'm waiting for the network for X to pop up, I'm just going to go back to WhatsApp. So what the court should do is to give the party that has two lawyers representing them 7 days to come up with the rightful lawyer. The court rules in favor of the other party that is represented without confusion. And that's what the court did. I don't know about the ruling in favor of the other party, but the court gave them, I think, a week or so, or was it more than a week? I can't remember now, to sort themselves out and come back to court. All right, so this one says, good afternoon. Victor Oko-Jumbo is the rightful speaker on Governor Sim's mandate. Rivers people stand. Fubara from Port Harcourt. Fubara, thank you. Simply Goodness from Malakaya says, I blame the judiciary for this confusion we have been experiencing in Rivers State. Martin Amaewhule and friends are illegal and should be arrested immediately for constituting a nuisance. I don't know what you mean by that, but yeah, I'm going to skip that one. So it says, good afternoon, brother. River State Attorney General approaching the courts to me is a welcome development. This is Nigeria that anything can come up. You are a River State man, I guess you wanted to say. A court in Abuja declared the current chief of staff wanted, later reversed itself, and then it was that it was misled. Yesterday, I don't get this part. I think you meant yesterday a court of appeal gave a judgment about the former local government chairman. Make your findings. The police is still at the secretariat, and the IG said he's waiting for appeal court judgment. Yes, the Nigerian constitution different from River State. Ibiso is asking, but hey, I would have to step on the brakes. Time for me to make way for Constance Mega to read the business update. After that, you and I will continue talking, and we will look at the impeachment process here in River State. Just stay tuned.